Today on Boxmining Daily, we're going to start off with the market analysis, and to be quite frank, it's getting a little bit boring, so we're going to glance over it very quickly. We're going to talk about rebranding in general. Today we had a major rebranding event, Vechain to Vechain Thor. I'm also going to try to answer some questions by looking at the past history with rebrands. We're going to look at the Neo rebrand, what happened there, and try to answer some questions about what to expect in terms of price action for a rebrand. We also have a few articles I found from China. They're really sending mixed messages here. One is that they really want to push blockchain and want to be a blockchain leader, but at the same time, they're penalizing blockchain entrepreneurs. They're not letting them leave China as well and restricting their travel freedom. We also have Russia as well. They really don't want to be late to the blockchain race because once a blockchain leader forms in this race, things are going to happen, and of course, everyone has to follow. Everything covered here is my personal opinion, not financial advice. And guys, if you have the time, take an opportunity to smash up that like button and share this video as well to help our community grow. Let's start off with the cryptocurrency market so far. So not much is happening recently in the cryptocurrency markets. For the past few days, the market cap has been around $420 to $430 billion, just moving back and forth, and not anything major is happening. What is happening, of course, is in terms of news and announcements and growth of cryptocurrency in the future. And this leads us to the discussion topic of rebranding. So rebranding is done quite frequently now in cryptocurrency space, with the most famous rebranding event being the Neo rebranding. So earlier last year, Anshares rebranded to Neo, and they changed from what was kind of a small Chinese project to the green juggernaut we know today. This event was huge back in the day. I think a lot of people watched it live, and the event brought forth a lot of new changes to Neo. It's a huge, gigantic change because before this, Neo Anshares didn't really support smart contracts, and this was added on, and this was the major feature that really changed the direction and pivoted Neo to a brand new direction. Now, because of this event, a lot of projects know that rebranding is a major card to play in the cryptocurrency public media space. A lot of people get more recognition. A lot of projects get that extra recognition they need during a rebranding event. And this is extremely true for Vechain as well. So Vechain as a project didn't really gain much media attention before this rebranding, but they used it to teach people about what they're trying to do, what their partnerships mean, and of course the future of these partnerships. So it turned from something that was 23 cents to almost $5.59 today. Leading up to the rebranding event, they definitely managed to package a lot of their partnerships. They got a lot of the community to realize what their partnerships mean, because honestly, PwC and DNVGL aren't very recognizable names in the space, especially in terms of public recognition. But in terms of the price, we didn't see much price action today. Even though Vechain announced a surprising BMW partnership at the end, they confirmed that the rumors are true that they're working with BMW. And this is something we've seen in the past with rebrandings as well. In the past, when Neo first rebranded, well, Anshares first rebranded to Neo, there was actually a price drop. On that day of the rebranding, it dropped from $10 to around $5 because, of course, people were having very high expectations, especially since Neo held their conference in the Microsoft headquarters. A lot of people will buy the rumor and sell the news. Well, today we didn't see a huge price action for Vechain, but in terms of what they're trying to accomplish, this is where things get reported. Because after Neo rebranded, it was around 2 to 3 months afterwards that people start realizing the importance of what Neo was trying to bring, and the community started building up, and that's when the price really popped. So it's not an immediate thing. I think that's one thing to remember in the blockchain space. It's so easy to be tempted by rumors, incoming rumors, or kind of the promise of a quick buck, but usually those good things come to those who wait, and those good things come to people who do actual research. So one thing that I've been recommending during this time is not just talk about a rebranding event, but really look deep into what a project is trying to do, what the rebranding is trying to change. The reason for this is because there's more and more projects that are coming in. I've heard about basically Car Vertical, Vechain, all trying to do something in the car space. But What we see with Vechain is that they already partnered with BMW, so that's a very big head start, and in terms of adoption, a head start can mean a great deal. So in terms of head starts, China's media is really pushing the aspect of regulation. So China has always recognized the power of blockchain, the ability to have an immutable ledger, to do smart contracts. But one thing that they really struggled with is ICOs. So last year they banned ICOs, then they banned exchanges because they don't want people to fall in the trap of throwing all their money into a scam ICO. So right now, what they're trying to do is they're going to try to emphasize the importance of course, blockchain technology, and they really want to push it, but they don't like ICOs. And this is emphasized by another Chinese articles, where basically they're covering the aspect of Chinese people, blockchain leaders in China, not being able to leave China. So basically, they have their travel rights revoked, so they can't even travel overseas to even attend conferences. So right now, this article says around 10 people in the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency community have been controlled. They have their travel restrictions restricted, and it's China's way of saying, yeah, don't really mess up here. If you mess up here, we're gonna let you stay in the country and we won't let you run overseas to hide from Chinese regulation. But one thing that I don't really see, and I think is kind of flawed in this approach, is that cryptocurrencies need, of course, currencies. You can't be crypto, you can't be blockchain without a cryptocurrency, because a decentralized network needs a currency to encourage the good actors, the non-Byzantine actors in the system. Now, this year, I feel like we're going to have a blockchain race, because we see Vladimir Putin also talking about how Russia needs the blockchain. So one thing that he said out very clearly, well, this is translated, is that those late to the race will be instantly, very fast, be under the dependence from leaders of those processes. So it's quite important that he recognizes that a blockchain leader, once it forms, will be dominant. So how do you guys think we should deal with this situation? Do you guys feel like there's a blockchain race going on between these countries? And do you think there's a correct approach to how to regulate this? Because right now we're in the Wild West, we're in the unregulated space, and of course we're gonna meet kind of our projects that don't deliver. There was an article yesterday talking about how, of course, 40 to 50% of ICOs have already failed over the past year. And this is especially true with ICOs because ICOs aren't just decentralized systems, but they're projects trying to make deliverables. They're basically like startups, and startups have a very high failure rate. Especially if you're like, say, in the gaming industry, we got 90 to 95% failure rate for our projects. That's why it's so important to do your due diligence in the space and have, of course, reasonable expectations. We can't just go and say, yeah, we want to multiply our money. There's no free lunch in this space. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Remember to subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscribe button below. And if you like the content in this video, please share it with your friends. It's a great way to grow our community and show some support for this channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.